Still under caution in the Feed the Children 300 at Kentucky Speedway. Make sure to go to NASCAR.com for all your latest NASCAR information. Just the second caution of this race is out with Austin Dillon, still the leader. He's dominated most of the night. ESPN's coverage of Major League Baseball continues Sunday and Monday. First, Sunday, David Wright and the Mets take a West Coast trip to L.A., where they face Clayton Kershaw and the NL West leading Dodgers at 8. Then Monday night at 7, a battle for position within the AL East. Curtis Granderson and the Yankees take on B.J. Upton and the Rays. Sports Center scene in New York and Tampa. Sunday Night Baseball presented by Taco Bell. Monday Night Baseball presented by USAA. Watch everybody from that pace car. Keep watching. Make note of all those cars. All of them. Keep watching. Keep going.
Wait for
Keep
it.
going. We're waiting for the 3. There. All those cars between the pace car and the leader, Austin Dillon, are going to take a wave around in a minute, but it's only going to get 3 of them back on the lead lap. Tell you about those. Get ready for the restart in just a minute at Kentucky Speedway. Doubled up for the restart. The cars that took the wave around back onto the lead lap. Sam Hornish Jr., Brad Keselowski, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
We start up there with that 3. We can outdrive them. Just got to get by some of these guys and get another restart. We should be good. 10-4, rubber duck. Lights are on. Show's about to begin.
Yes, it is.
That's what I'm talking about. Mike Kelly, Ricky Stenhouse ready to go racing.
51 to go. Kevin Harvick got the free pass. He's also on the lead lap. Kurt Busch, 3 deep for the lead.
Woo, Kurt drove it in there. Austin's been really fast on the top on these restarts. Looks like Kurt might be able to settle into second if he can get by Allgaier here. Fresh tires right now, low tire pressures. These cars are bouncing all over the place. It's really tough on these restarts.
31 Allgaier hanging on to second, pressured by Kurt Busch. Michael Annett there as well. The other lead lap cars, Brian Scott, Kevin Harvick, Sam Hornish, Brad Keselowski, Ricky Stenhouse, 9 of them.
And what you saw right there is Kurt said, I know I can't be messing around underneath him. He drove in the corner a mile, risked it, got by Allgaier, and now he'll set sail. Trying to catch Austin Dillon. It'll be interesting to see if Kurt and Mike Beam have got that car working.
That 3 car's been good in the short runs. 54's been pretty good on the long runs. Got a little tight right there, though.
And you heard Ricky Stenhouse before this thing started. He said, if I can just get up there, we can get another caution and start with that 3, I know I can beat him. So Ricky's got a lot of confidence right now in that 6 car.
Sound like he's having to pedal a little bit off the corner.
Yeah, they are racing.
James Buescher, 30, not on the lead lap. 99 Kenny Wallace, not on the lead lap. Wallace and Buescher actually racing for 13th and 14th, a lap down.
And that's what's frustrating. Ricky is going, guys, you're not on the lead lap, move out of the way. But they're racing for 13th and 14th. That's how many guys Austin Dillon's got put a lap down. So it's really hard for those guys to give these lead lap cars space.
Kevin Harvick to 4th, around Michael Annett. 33 car, again, just got the free pass at that last caution.
And we saw people making adjustments on that car. Even the 3 car, Austin Dillon, he took a round out of the right rear. Everybody seems to be a little bit loose. So, they were doing what we said. We were worried that he wouldn't adjust on that race car, but they're still adjusting on the race car. It looks like it's paying off.
And he's already pulled a 1.7-second lead over Kurt Busch.
Remember, Harvick made the early move to pit road under that last round of green flag stops.
You see Allgaier there, he was one of the beneficiaries of that caution coming out. He stayed out while the others were making those green flag stops.
Another one of the stories on the night, Elliott Sadler. Championship leader starting the night. A lap down. Just took 11th place away from Brad Sweet. Struggling with the handling on this car. But as more cars have kind of fallen out of the hunt, if you will, Sadler is hanging in and minimizing the championship damage.
Battle for 6th right here as Sam Hornish is working on Brian Scott driving into turn 3. The most treacherous part of the track when the car is loose, and it looks like he's just able to drive right by him.
Brian Scott on a very solid, steady run of performances lately after struggling to start the season, having a lot of problems and a lot of problems that found him. Scott has got 3 straight top 10 results. 3rd at Dover, 9th at Michigan, 7th at Road America last week. Steadied the ship.
And Brian, I saw him down at Michigan in the Cup garage, walking around talking to people, looking at cars, you know, asking people about the race cars and racetrack. He's really putting a lot of effort into his run this year, that 11 car.
3rd place here.
Now Harvick does he have older tires? He stopped earlier and then stayed out. Is that correct?
Now he was able to pit under this caution because he was the free pass car.
He got the free pass.
He didn't have to stay out for the wave around. Got 156 laps in the book tonight. Austin Dillon has led all but 8 of them. And he's gone right now here in Kentucky.
A champion will be crowned as Euro 2012 comes to an end Sunday on ESPN. Spain attempts to repeat as champions when they take on Italy in the final. It's Spain-Italy Sunday at 2:30 Eastern on ESPN, ESPN3, and watch ESPN. Back at Kentucky, we are 162 laps in, and if you're looking for the class of the field, you have found him right there in the 3 car. It is Austin Dillon, who has led this evening 154 laps. It's a good sign for a rookie because rookies like to win here. Kyle Busch, Carl Edwards, David Gilliland all got their first Nationwide Series wins in this series at this track.
So I don't know why that is. I don't know why that happens, but yeah, you're right. But I'll tell you, tonight, I am really impressed with Austin Dillon. I'm impressed with the way he's driving the car, but I'm also real impressed with his car. A lot of times, Brad, when you get a car and the track conditions change as much as it's done here, 105 today, now it's nighttime, now it's down to 70s. This car has ate up all the different track condition changes. It just ate them up and it's accepted them. And when you get a car that's set up that good, it can understand all these different changing track conditions, man, that's a good car to drive, no doubt about that. He's got that tonight. But you got to be able to drive it. He's doing a good job of that.
Without question. He's obviously got the piece, but he is absolutely willing that thing. And he has consistently been the fastest car on the racetrack, no matter what the race conditions are. And we saw on those restarts him actually pulling away from Kurt Busch, who was driving the wheels off that race car, trying to keep up with him. He is the class of the field.
There is no doubt about that. But one thing I'm concerned about right now is a little bit of trash on the grill of Austin Dillon's car. That's going to create the car to overheat a little bit. That's going to let it get more downforce in the front. Let's see how it got on the car.
Oh,
this little wrapper sticks to it. That's the way it happens. But now what he's going to have to do, he's going to have to get up behind the car and really get close to his bumper to blow that off. Now, how it's going to affect the car right now, it's going to overheat just a little bit, but it's going to create more downforce in the front of the car, which sometimes makes the car handle better and run faster. So, you know, hot dog.
Bad news for everybody.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, little hot dog wrapper, that's not a bad thing every now and then, as long as the motor's running cool.
35 to go. Austin Dillon looking for his first win in this series. And oh, by the way, if he would win and things stay the same, Dave, he'd also leave the night the points leader.
And that is one of the very big goals they have for this season. It'll be the first time, obviously, that he's led the Nationwide Series points. Now, as for that wrapper on the front grille, I just checked with crew chief Danny Stockman. He says nothing wrong with that there. And Austin has not complained on the radio either about the handling or the temperature of the motor at this point, or the fluids therein. So, therefore, it doesn't appear to be a big problem right now. Neither is the fuel situation. Danny Stockman saying they can go to the end. Nicole?
Austin Dillon out front for 159 laps this evening. Currently has a 4-second lead. Can he follow in the footsteps of the last rookie to win in the Nationwide Series? That would have been 2007 in Juan Pablo Montoya. We'll find out in 33 laps.
The number 3 means so much to so many. Some say it belongs to Junior Johnson. Most say it belongs to Dale. To Austin Dillon, it belongs to all of the above. But above them all, it belongs to Pop Pop.
Austin Dillon's Pop Pop, Grandpa Richard Childress, proudly watching as his grandson races in pursuit of his first NASCAR Nationwide Series win. He's dominated the race tonight. He's 26 laps away from the checkered flag. Andy, you were a championship-winning crew chief for RC. I talked to Richard about this very thing today in the Nationwide Garage area, what it means to him to have his grandsons coming up through racing and to carry on the family legacy.
I think it's just really energized Richard to be even more engaged in this sport. You know, he's accomplished almost everything that you can imagine, from championships, winning races, and doing it with Dale Earnhardt Sr. has to be the pinnacle of it all. I asked him one time, I said, why do you keep doing it? He says, because I love it. And now with Austin and Ty, his grandson, doing it at such a high level, I think it's going to keep him doing it for a lot longer.
Left of the screen, that is Max Pappas, who ran the nationwide race for Richard Childress at Road America last weekend. Max has been serving as a fitness and driving coach for Austin Dillon, working with him on his conditioning. I talked with Max at length about Austin last weekend at Road America. He said he's doing what I asked him to do. He's working hard. He's going to be a good driver.
Yeah, Max is a very good competitor. He's a very fit guy as well. He understands the fitness side of the sport, the mental aspects of the sport, and I think he's a great coach for Austin.
Piece of paper looks like it's almost folded itself up on the grill of that 3 car as well, and maybe not carrying quite as wide a profile as it did a minute ago.
I was saying, the way his night's been going, that paper's probably just what he needed right then. No big deal. Probably just, you know, a little more downforce. Car's working better. Kurt Busch, we heard him earlier in the break. He's following Austin. He's doing his best. He's back there 4.7 seconds as we watch Austin. And Kurt's been struggling with a loose race car still. Mike Beam says, hey, man, you know, we watch Austin there on the left of the screen. Kurt's back there. Jamie's got a little bit more about Kurt.
Yeah, and Kurt is just talking on the radio right now, and he's just saying, I'm trying everything, you guys. We're just still way too loose. And they actually, on that last round of stops, they were able to get a track bar adjustment and a wedge adjustment in to try to tighten up the car. So we thought he would go farther forward, but he hasn't. It stayed loose, and that's the problem, why he's falling back a little bit behind the three.
One thing we've seen on these runs, though, the longer it goes, the better the 54 seems to be against the 3 of Austin Dillon. So I'm not sure that looseness is hurting him at the end of these runs.
Brian Scott, one of the just 9 cars on the lead lap until just now, Vince.
Well, and it's a real heartbreaker, too, because as you see, the hood is upset, that the motor felt like it was going sour, so certainly going to be the end of his night tonight. But a very frustrating event, as he had 3 straight top 3s coming into the race and had another strong one going tonight, AB.
Denny Hamlin is Joe Gibbs' teammate to the garage earlier with engine problems as well.